everyone hungry? Awesome. So thank you, Anjani. Thank you, Ramesh, for waiting patiently. I thought the last panel was amazing and we spoke about AI, but we are going to speak about AI again. So sorry about that. But the word is on everyone's lips, right? And mostly it's people who think that this will get people out of jobs. But here we have two people who probably have a different view. So a quick introduction to our speakers. Anjani is VP and India site leader at HealthEdge, leading teams at the intersection of healthcare, tech, and operations. And Ramesh Alluri Reddy, managing director at Allegis Group India, someone who works closely with talent markets and understands how skills evolve on the ground. So I'll open the floor to both of you, and maybe Anjani can take this up first. Everyone is talking about AI adoption, but the tougher part is helping people feel confident through that change. What does empowerment mean to you in the context of an AI transition?
Thank you, Devrup. Hello all, good afternoon. So good question. What does empowerment mean in the AI context? You know, one thing that comes to me when you talk of empowerment, the age-old saying of knowledge is power. So to me, make your teams ready. Give them the AI knowledge. Let them understand that they are a part of the entire AI narrative. So the moment you know that you understand AI, like someone was telling in the previous panel about FOMO. So FOMO typically comes when you have no clue of what's going on, but you keep hearing a lot about it, right? So the moment you enable and you create those spaces in your organization where there is a lot of, you start with AI awareness, then a lot of AI learning, and AI, as you know, it's an ocean. You know, you start with AI, then you say Gen AI, then you say agentic AI, and it just keeps going, right? The moment people know what AI is, what agentic AI is, I think that gives them more than 50% of empowerment. Then you start learning how to use it judiciously, not necessarily anywhere and everywhere. You know, we keep hearing about this one-man unicorn, you know, one-person unicorn, where we say one person can do everything with AI. I sort of differ. I know there is a lot that AI can do, but people are the ones who actually make things happen. And for you to empower, coming back to your question, give them the knowledge, give them AI awareness, give them the space to understand AI, and then they decide how to use AI.
Have people come to you saying that they are afraid because of AI? Has that happened yet at all?
Thankfully, no. Devrup, I think one good thing that we have done is, right when this whole AI thing started, we started off in our organization with something known as very simple AI talks. And the first talk was, we use Copilot. So for the very first talk was where to find Copilot. And when you start taking your team through from that level, and today, very proud to say that we had a hackathon where we had about 100 people use agentic AI and drive solutions. So when people are at this stage, they don't come to you and ask, will we lose our job? They will be more energized by what all I can do with AI. And that's what I'm seeing in my organization currently.
Ramesh?
Hey, thank you, Devrup. Thanks for having me here. I think from an empowerment perspective, the first thing I would say is complete buy-in from the top. So the top leadership has to be completely okay, involved. The reason why I say this is because you should not have the fear of failure. Because when you're trying anything new, AI is something new, things are changing, it's experimentation. So you should be ready to fail. And when you fail, you should not be reprimanded for that, but you should actually be encouraged to fail, which is a very different trait. So that is first part of empowerment I would look at from a business perspective. The second thing is, when you're doing an experiment, what is required is you need to have the right resources. And resources apart from tools, licenses, the most important key is people here. So do you have the right talent with you? Do you have people who are willing to learn, like what Anjani said? Do you have people who are curious? So you need people, the talent pipeline, who can do the experiment and who are willing to fail, and the leadership who's willing to support that. So that's my view.
I do have a follow-up. You see hiring trends across industries before most of us here do, thanks to your job. What shifts are you noticing in how companies are reskilling or redeploying people for AI-driven roles?
So I think multiple companies are approaching reskilling, redeployment into AI. You can have different industries. You can have companies which are born native from an AI perspective. So there are companies who want ready talent. They do not want to wait. They want people with experience in AI. So that gives no time for training, upskilling, and they're not willing to look at investing from an upskilling, reskilling perspective. That's one set of customers we see. So for those kind of customers, what we typically do is we ensure that we have the right pipeline built. So we've got communities, we've got learning groups. So you take of course, the skills are new, but you got the right people with the right attitude and the right knowledge, and you try to ensure that you form a community and you have the talent ready. So that's typically what I have seen from a perspective of immediate deployment. There are another set of customers who are willing to, see, they've got excellent architects, excellent developers who worked with them for a long time. And they're willing to invest in them because they know their architecture very well, they know the landscape very well, they understand the business very well. And truly global organizations also work on relationship with the global headquarters as well. So considering that it's a GCC we're talking about. So I think from that perspective, a lot of companies are willing to upskill, reskill their employees on the AI front to see how they are ready to take on the challenge. So we see a huge amount of training efforts going on the AI front. So that's another way people approach that as well.
That's good to hear. Anjani, in a sector like healthcare tech, teams work with high responsibility and low error tolerance, right? How do you bring your people along when the tools and workflows are changing faster than ever?
Okay, so yeah, you're right. Healthcare is one area where the error tolerance is very low. I mean, someone is admitted in the hospital and you don't expect them to start figuring out what to do next, right? And again, you're right. On the technology front, workflows, tools, everything is changing so rapidly. What do you do? In our case, at least I'll talk about my example, right? Firstly, I think all of us in any organization have to be rooted to our purpose. In our case, our mission is to create a world where healthcare focuses only on people. So they are not looking at processes, they're not worried about that. Those are the things that we will help you with, and you focus on people. So whether it is AI, whether it is new tools, new workflows, new processes, whatever it is, are you really rooted to your purpose? And that's my takeaway number one, that anything you do, focus on the purpose. And now, when you say new tools, new technologies, let me take AI as an example, right? When it comes to AI, what are the two things that any new tool or any new technology can help you with? Either it helps you with efficiency, or it helps you with innovation, or both. And now, for me, every time I talk about using AI, I again go back to my purpose. Am I really helping the healthcare providers, the healthcare insurers? Am I really helping them to be more closer to their members? And for that, what do? I use AI to innovate. I use AI to make it more efficient. That said, now you talk of zero tolerance. And zero tolerance, in health tech and more or less in fintech as well, there are so many guidelines. You have HIPAA compliance, you have your PHI, the personal health information cannot go away anywhere. So there will be lots of guardrails that you need to put in terms of how you're using your data. And what we have we are doing, I would say as an organization, is first create the foundation right. And when I say foundation, we are a product organization. We are saying we should be a platform organization. So how do you create your components and other things which are more platformish? So move to a platform organization. Move to creating a data platform and data strategy that keeps your data safe and secure. And obviously, we are moving to cloud. We are still moving to cloud. One of those late entrants into cloud. We are moving into AWS and going to cloud. So create the foundation right, and this foundation will enable you towards your guardrails, towards your zero tolerance, and towards keeping all the security in place while you're using new tools and technologies. And again, don't just go blindly with any new tool and technology. Figure out what works for you and go only for that, and don't really go berserk, because like you said, so much of change happening every day. Now you don't want to keep changing the direction for your people from here to there and there to there.
I'll just close off with one final question to both of you. If there's one thing that organizations can do in the next 12 months to be more AI ready, from a people perspective, what should that be? Ramesh.
I think being open-minded and curious is the most important thing. So you should be open to accept change, and you should really stay curious, because learning is becoming more important to stay relevant than ever.
So I'll take something from what Ramesh mentioned. It's about culture. Create a culture of being adaptable to new situations, new tools, a culture of learning. So create that culture as an organization. And number two, that I'm seeing much more being on the practical side of it, there are hundreds of AI tools out there. Figure out which ones work for you and let your entire team focus on that. Otherwise, there's a huge chance that everyone is using a different tool and you really are not coming together as an organization. You're doing a lot of POCs, but you're not really bringing everything together for the organization. Those were my two things.
So be curious and keep learning. Is that the takeaway?
Create a culture and figure out tools.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Anjani. Thank you, Ramesh.
Thank you. Thank you all.